Thank you. Our next song is At the Zoo. Chord and lyrics by Simon and Garfunkel.
What a beautiful day, huh, folks? Having fun? Ready for the big headliner here. I just want to thank a few people. We're very fortunate to have such great hosts as the Lawrence Heritage State Park. I want to thank Trek and his crew here. They hosted us here for our art gallery and mental health awareness event 2 weeks ago. And if you got some time later today, if you go up to the third floor here, art gallery is still there. We'll be there for the rest of the month. Absolutely beautiful, incredible works from our many very talented members and staff. Wanted to thank Lawrence Cable Access Television, our great partner, Sarah here, and Christina from there. You guys have been incredible getting this stuff. And I know Miki's probably really happy to get this on video. I hope, yeah, it's all good. The members and staff that got this together, you guys, you know, this just doesn't happen. All these chairs getting ready to go. The jug band, give it up for the jug band one more time. Rocking it, baby, come on. Want to welcome a few people. Sue Wings here from the Department of Mental Health, our area director. Let's welcome Sue. Give her a clubhouse welcome, guys. Come on. Steve LeMaster from the agency oversees the 7 clubhouse. Where's Steve? Esteban in the back there with the big hat. I guess his mother and father are here from Iowa. Wave your hands. Great to see you guys. All right. I got some family members myself, my brother Mike and his wife Sue, Billy and his girlfriend Sheila. Come on, guys. There's all the members and staff. You guys are incredible every day. At this time, I wanted to introduce Anna Harris. She has like an opening statement that she wants to say about something that we ran across recently.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Anna Harris. So there's just a little story for everybody. Last weekend, Tom Coppinger opened up his treasure chest and found one of his mother, Rose, our founding director's psychiatric rehabilitation journal from 1983. In it was a tribute to John Beard, the visionary leader who developed the Recovery Through Work Clubhouse model. While acting as executive director of Fountain House on West 47th Street in Manhattan, New York City. There are now 343 clubhouses in 34 countries, including 3 in Japan. Miki Sawada might like to know that.
3 in Japan, Mickey.
In the journal, there was a written part of an award given to John by the New York State Office of Mental Health. These powerful words we live every day here at the Point After Club in Lawrence. His leadership provided dignity where there was shame, belonging where there was alienation, empowerment where there was helplessness, self-respect where there was self-denigration, hope and opportunity where once there was only despair.
Beautiful. Give it up for Anna Harris. This time I wanted to bring up Mary Ann, the incredible Mary Ann Salome. She's going to introduce our headliner today, Mary Ann Salome.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our event. And I'd like to say a little bit about Miki Sawada, who will be performing. Through her signature project, Gather Here Tour, Miki Sawada is traveling the country state by state with a piano and a band to perform in community gathering spaces instead of concert halls. Miki's mission is to connect with Americans across socioeconomic and political boundaries through music. Gather Here attempts to find what unites us as humans in this nation of deep divide. Miki has given more than 80 free concerts in Alaska, West Virginia, Massachusetts, Utah, and Louisiana, very often in rural communities where no live classical music is available. The Point After Club was gifted an appearance by Miki on the Gather Here Tour in May 2021 by our friends at Bread and Rose's Soup Kitchen. It was an amazing event and just what we needed to lift our spirits in the midst of the pandemic. And now on this beautiful May day, it is my good fortune to introduce to you in her encore performance here at the Point After Club and for our great community of Lawrence, Miki Sawada and the Gather Here Tour.
Woo, woo. Hey everyone. A lot of you look familiar. How many of you got to listen to me in May 2021? Nice. Yeah, that was almost 2 years ago to this date. And so, usually when I tour, so at that time I was touring all around Massachusetts. I did like 15 concerts in 2021. And I usually don't go back to the places that I visit during tour, but you guys are so awesome. And I live close by in Boston, so we said, let's make it happen for me to come back. So we're really grateful to the Lawrence Cultural Council for funding this event. Thank you so much. And yeah. And so today I have for you about 60 minutes of music. It'll be 2 very short things and then 1 very long piece, which is 40 minutes long, and then 1 little short thing. So I'll start first with a piece by a composer named Reena Esmail. And Reena is a female Indian immigrant living in California, and she's such a great composer. She's really getting a lot of attention nationwide, and we went to school together, so I know her pretty well. And she's interested in bringing in Indian music and combining that with European classical music. So this is called Crystal Preludes, and it's going to be 3 very short selections of like 5 minutes total, and I think you'll hear the Indian influence. Those beautiful and meditative pieces by Rena Esmail. And next I have also like a 5-minute selection for you by a composer named George Walker. George Walker, anyone ever heard of him? So yeah, that's unfortunate because he was one of the most accomplished Black American composers, and he died just 5 years ago at the age of 96. And yeah, he was the very first Black composer to win the Pulitzer Prize in composition. And so I'm going to play for you 2 movements from his first piano sonata. I think he wrote that 1953. Yeah, and so I'm going to play for you the second and third movements. So it'll be first slower selection and then really fast and raucous and exciting. And the slower movement is actually based on a Kentucky folk song. pretty wild. George Walker. So next is my long piece that's totally different. This is by a composer named Franz Schubert. Schubert is one of those great composers from the old times. He was born 17. I went to school for this. I'm gonna guess 1797. Hey, 1797. He lived in Austria, and so the remarkable thing is that he wrote so much music, especially for piano, but he actually died at the age of 31, which is younger than I am by X number of years. And he actually knew from his 20s that he was dying soon because he caught syphilis, and back then it was a fatal disease. And so he went through a period when he felt really terrible physically and emotionally and very depressed. But when he wrote the piece that I'll play for you, which is one of the very last things he wrote a few months before he died, when he wrote that, he actually thought he might live a little longer because he was feeling pretty good. So his music is really remarkable in how much it encompasses all of life, and especially like a beautiful optimism about life, and just capturing everything about it into a 40-minute experience. So it's mostly a peaceful, optimistic piece. You can definitely hear a little bit of anger and sorrow in parts, but yeah, it's just so beautiful and really hard as a performer to capture that kind of depth in a piece of music. And so I actually learned this piece in 2020 during lockdown, and I didn't really feel like practicing piano. I knew I wasn't going to be playing for anyone anytime soon, and I didn't really feel like playing like very intense pieces or very romantic things, and this was the only thing that I felt like playing. So this is a piece that's very close to me, and I've actually never performed it in person. So so it's about 40 minutes in 4 movements. It'll be fast, slow, fast, fast-ish. And I know it's a long time, so please feel free to move around and enjoy the scenery in here while you enjoy the music. Don't feel pressured to stay in your seat or anything. But after that, I do have one more non-classical piece for you. So this is Schubert's A Major Sonata. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening to that really special piece. So I have one more thing for you. It's very short. It's an arrangement of Amazing Grace. And the reason I wanted to play that for you, so the last tour I did was through Louisiana, actually a year ago. Yeah, already a year ago. And you know, like when I came here for Gather Here, Massachusetts, Tom and I planned it months in advance. It was all, you know, very well planned out, right? I decided to do something different in Louisiana, where I had no plans, nothing. Didn't know what I was doing at all, didn't know where I was playing, had no idea who I would be or who I would play for. So I just packed up a piano in a U-Haul. I actually took a real piano and just kind of, you know, hoped to really connect with Louisianans that way. And it led me to incredible places that I never would have thought I would be invited into. Kind of the culmination was being invited into this really small rural black church and playing music for them. And everywhere I went, of course, everyone knows Amazing Grace, but especially in the South, it's very close to their hearts. So I would spontaneously play with people singing, and yeah, it kind of became like the anthem for Gather Here, Louisiana. So I want to play that little arrangement for you. And I also wanted to tell you that I created a film about this Louisiana tour. It's like a 15-minute short film, and it got accepted into the Independent Film Festival of Boston, so it premiered last month. Thanks. Yeah, and I'm doing a little solo tour in the fall in a few different locations, but I'm actually doing one in Framingham, September 26th. So I'm gonna screen the film, and then I'll play a recital after the screening on a real piano. I'll actually play the same music here and then a little bit more. But you're all invited, and it's free, of course, because it's a library open to the public. Yeah, September, what did I say? 26th. So yeah, Tom might organize a little van for you to come out. I'd love to see you there again. And there's a trailer for that film available on YouTube if you want to see. A lot of my tour stuff is on YouTube. Just search Gather Here, or if you're on Instagram, a lot of stuff's on there. Facebook, some stuff on there I've kind of fallen off, but yeah, you can find me on all those things. So I'll play Amazing Grace.
Awesome. Give it up once again. Miki Sawada, gather here tall. Woo! Just a little bit of our token of our appreciation. We got some flowers.
On behalf of the Point Alpha Club members and staff, we would like to graciously give you those. Oh, Reedy.
What's your name? Miki. I'm going to be 70. I'm 72 now. I'm going to be 73 in November 17. I was born in 1950. I was born in Birmingham.
Birmingham, look at that. It's a coincidence. Come on. Reedy, thank you so much. So glad you could make it.
And Marianne?
Hi, Miki. Thank you. We enjoyed your show today. And we have a brand new, for all of us, Point After. Who plays? This is our new shirt. We'd like to give you one. Thank you.
That's stylish. I don't know if we can do this, but we'd like to get a circle to finish our last song. We're accompanied on the piano, the jug band. You want to come on up? Everybody. Will a circle be unbroken by my own life? One more time. Will the circle be unbroken by my own life? And it's growing if we try, oh, if we try. If we try, Lord, if So we're gonna need a lot of hand getting all this stuff back to the club, right? Once more, Miki Sawada, the gather